Welcome back, YouTube. It's been a little bit since I've been on a live feed, and I think now is more a time to actually do one because of everything going on. This channel, from the minute I started it till now, has always maintained that violence is something that should be avoided at all costs, and I still maintain that. Thank God President Trump is okay. Well, seems to be in the media. But this is not good. I've been preaching preparedness now since 2017, and now is a time to be prepared. I don't know what's in store. All I can tell you is that you need to be prepared for anything, whether it is a man-made storm, a man-made disaster, a storm. You need to be prepared. There are things that are happening that are outside the realm of our control, and the only thing that you have control over is protecting yourself, protecting your family, protecting your loved ones, and being the gray man. What do I mean by being the gray man? You need to just blend in, stay out of this. I'm not telling you not to go to rallies. I'm telling you to be aware of your surroundings. Doesn't matter left, right. I want everyone to be safe. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, whoever you are. I want you to be safe. There's going to be bad actors in this. What do we mean? The alphabets. For those of you that don't know what the alphabets are, you need to start waking up and reading into it. The alphabet agencies in this deep state are in control of this. You need to have a positive mindset. You need to have a clear mindset. That's the only way you're going to survive anything in life that comes to you. The channel is being rebranded to a channel that is about positive mindset and being self-reliant, self-prepared. You need to be able to take care of yourself in all situations. What's going on right now and is still unfolding in Pennsylvania was an active shooter situation. You had a gunman that was opening fire. To my knowledge, there are 2 people dead, one being the gunman, one being an innocent bystander, and you had President Trump shot. What does that mean for you and I? That means you need to be aware of everything that is around you. You need to be aware of where you are, who you're with, exits. You should have an IFAK kit on you, an individual first aid kit, and you should have a means to protect yourself. And I understand that when you go into these frozen zones, you're taking out the element of protection, meaning you're not allowed to have a weapon in these zones, which I agree to a full extent because of something like this that was happening. NJ Spartan, yes, long time no see. Now is the time more than ever that I needed to come back. There are going to be things unfolding in the next few months. Again, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just going by everything that I'm seeing. You have BRICS, you have the election. It's going to be very, very hot. And now throwing this into the fold has now become more dangerous. I suggest everyone be aware of what's going on in the news, but do not be consumed with it. When you become consumed with the news, it's a vicious cycle of fear porn. You start getting into the doom and gloom, and it's bad for your psyche. You want to have a clear head. You want to be aware of things that are happening, but at the same time, you need to live your life. But you do need to be prepared. I cannot stress that enough. For those of you that are part of the Telegram group that I have, for those of you that I still talk to that were in conversation with me during my little bit hiatus from this, I'm back. I think the 6,000 plus of my subscribers, I owe it to you guys for you to hear from me. I don't know if it's going to be daily, but it's definitely going to be at least multiple times a week. I want to try to get on 2 to 3 times a week, giving you updates about what's going on, because people are not prepared. Whether it's the bird flu that is going to be ramped up, or the COVID that they're going to start ramping up, it's going to get interesting. That was a ancient Chinese cursed. May you live in interesting times, and we're definitely living in it now. Our children are living in times that we've never fathomed growing up. I never thought that I would be, as a child, sitting and doing virtual school because schools were shut down because of some pandemic. Spartan, I'm on Telegram. I don't know the handle of the group right now, but if you send me a message on CityPrepper718 at Proton Mail, I will give you all of that. So let's open it up to questions. I don't know how many are on right now. There's a few of you on. Anybody have any questions before I get into the next segment of what we want to talk about? Again, the channel is being rebranded to be more towards that positive mindset, to be a dominant force in your community. You need to be the guiding light in people's lives. I'm seeing time and time again, whether it's through my own instances, I'll tell you one. There's twice in my life that I've had to give CPR to individuals. As for those of you that do know, I am a certified EMT. There was twice that I had to give CPR to individuals, and most recent was July, about 2 years ago, July 3rd. Both incidents happened in July, which is pretty crazy, but nonetheless, there was a woman who just dropped, and I happened to be walking by a firehouse. The fire department, I watched as I'm eating my ice cream, drove out to go to a call. There was nobody there, and I rushed into action, and I was that person. You had 5 other people standing there not knowing what to do, and I'm yelling, "You call 911, you do this," and I was that guiding light. The woman ultimately survived. She was brought to the hospital, but she died at the hospital. I had a pre-hospital save, meaning the whole point of the story, you need to be that guiding light. You need to be that person, that resource that people look to get them through that situation. You're going to see a lot of those stories here, whether it was the Secret Service or police that engaged the shooter, whether it was somebody who grabbed somebody, brought them down to the floor to keep them safe. You're going to see a lot of that. And that's a good thing. You need to be that person in your community, whether it's your everyday life or whether it's a traumatic situation. You need to be that guiding light for yourself, your family, and for people around you. People are going to look up to you. When you walk into a room with your shoulders back and you give off that air of helping people, or that you're that force to be reckoned with, people are going to know that. People are going to see you as a different way. Heard it was a Chinese national. I did not hear that. There's still preliminary reports. I was actually driving up to my Fortress of Solitude with my wife Megan when she had said that her friend was talking about that he was shot. And I said, there's no way that it couldn't happen. It would be all over the news, and sure as shit it was. It's going to continue to happen. You have Biden fumbling all over his words. You're going to see things that have to change the narrative, whether it's start of a new war, whether it's a bombing campaign, whether something ramps up on the other side of the world. Nothing at this point is going to be a coincidence. There's no such thing. There's no such thing at this point. No such thing as a coincidence. It's going to be a scary, let's not use the word scary. It's going to be an interesting next few months. Make sure you have your preps in order. Make sure you have your means of self-defense. Make sure you have your long-term food storage. Make sure you have a comprehensive medical kit. You can go to these yard sales where nurses, EMTs, doctors are selling all their medical journals, their books, whatever. Buy them. Buy them on the cheap. Yes, that the technique might be outdated doesn't mean the knowledge is bad. Just because at one point in my career they were teaching us 15 and 2 for compressions, then they went back to 15 and 1, then they went back to 30 and 2 with the chest compressions with CPR, doesn't mean the technique is bad. You're doing something that's going to put you ahead of the game. The inability to do something is where you're going to get hurt and when you're gonna get killed and die and all that other bad stuff. That when you have to act, you have to at least try to act. I keep telling everybody that you need to try, give it your best effort, even if you don't. At least you said you tried at the end of the day. Any idea how to calm children's anxiety on this topic? Many watched it on television. Great question. You have to explain to them in an adult way that there are bad people in this world, but there are also good people in this world. The good people protected Donald Trump. The good people engaged and stopped the shooter. There are always going to be bad people in this world, but there are good people that will help. That is one way. And don't lie to the kids. Kids know. Kids are already hearing it. They have a better understanding of how to use the internet opposed to us for the most part. And they're going to find out the answer anyway. Or they're going to find a channel that's just going to completely lie to them and make it worse. Answer their questions. Be truthful. Obviously censor it, but be truthful. Tell the kids as best you can without lying to them. Also amazes me that a president who mumbles and doesn't know what he's saying took long enough to address the USA on Twitter after what just happened. They didn't even want to come out and say what the issue was. They were saying that it was an incident that was under investigation. Everybody already saw it on live television. He was shot in the ear, or above the ear, or head. So let's continue to pray for him. Let's continue to pray for one another. And I'm back, guys. Yeah, I'm back. I'm here for you. I'm here for your questions. Let's get through this together. Let's continue to help one another. Let's continue to be there for one another. And mental health is key in this. Make sure you are taking care of yourself. If you get yourself stuck in a rut where you're constantly watching this stuff, it's not good. Get out, be out in nature, read. Get your mind off of what's going on. Be abreast of it, be prepared for it, but do not consume this. It's not going to be good for you. Be aware of it, do not consume this. Like always, stay tuned for further. Anybody has any questions about Telegram group, hit me up on cityprepper718@protonmail.com, and I will be glad to answer any questions there if you haven't answered it now. And please hit subscribe, like, forward, share, and continue to pray for our President Trump. We're going to need him come September, November, moving forward. We need him. We need him to be alive. We need him to be healthy. Continue to pray for all of the candidates that are remaining. Obviously, we don't want to see anything bad happen to any one of them. But let's do it the Democratic way. Let's go to the polls, let's vote, and get this bumbling idiot out of office the legal way, going to the election and voting. This is not the way this should have been done at all. Violence is not the answer in this situation. Self-defense, yes. Protecting somebody else, yes. The way this happened tonight, I completely damn it. It's disgusting, and I hope this stops and never happens again. All right, guys, like, subscribe, share, forward, and stay tuned for further. Bear with me 1 second. They changed that. It's been a while, so I have not been on here. Let's end it now.